Hello everybody, and Jess here, and welcome back to DANDADAN, episode 24, the finale of this season, and if I'm not mistaken, the finale of, like, the series so far, right? Like, season 1 and season 2 were two separate cores of the same season, so you could say that this is the end of the season, and now we have to wait until who the fuck knows when, honestly, to find out if season 2 is in the works. I would be very surprised if it wasn't. From what I gather, Dandadan is very popular, both the manga and the anime. I mean, the anime is like topping the charts every so often, so I think that it's fairly popular. So hopefully it's not going to be too long until we get season 2, like a proper season 2. But we'll see, we'll see. Maybe we're gonna see some announcement in this episode, somewhere at the end, after credits or something. That would be nice. That would be really, really nice. But before that happened, let's talk about the previous episode. Well, in the previous episode, the fight with the kaiju um, not continued, happened, right? Because the previous episode ended with the kaiju being like a thing rising up and misbehaving. Meanwhile, the previous episode was the actual fight with the kaiju, and it wasn't an easy fight. The kaiju is susceptible to some attacks, is susceptible to some damage, right? Like Ira was able to throw some cars at it, and it did visibly stagger. Gigi threw a backpack at it, and that also staggered it. But there isn't really the how do I say it? It's not going to be easy to defeat. That's how I'm gonna say it, right? At no point did it show that it's gonna be easy to defeat. We don't know of any potential weak spots, right? Okarun doing his thing, even going full throttle, didn't really do much. Ira wasn't able to do much. Ultimately, Gigi even wasn't able to do much. So it's not gonna be an easy fight. And so our heroes regrouped. Meanwhile, Gigi turned into Evil Eye because Kinta shook some sweat onto him, and so Gigi turned because that's the gimmick that he has. After all, that's his power. He was very sad that it's not the time to fight with Okarun yet. He was sulking very much, so maybe he's going to unleash that frustration onto the kaiju when it's time to fight, and fight they will in a mecha kinda robot thing, which they constructed out of the house because the house is now built out of nanites. I actually like it. Like when the house was rebuilt, I was kinda complaining that it was a bit of a cop out, right? That oh well, I went a little bit too far with the GG stuff. He destroyed the house, so people are gonna be not liking him. So we're just gonna throw some bullshit at it and rebuild the house. It's nanites, whatever. But turns out that the nanites are actually relevant, and I like it. I like it very much. Everything that happens at any given point ends up mattering in the end. I really, really like that bit about Dandadan. Every character we meet eventually returns. Every MacGuffin that we get eventually becomes relevant. Everything that happens eventually becomes relevant as well. Okarun wasn't doing well, turning the house into anything useful, but Kinta, the sci-fi otaku, was able to imagine a whole scene of the house turning into a Gundam with wall Gundam mecha walls folding, unfolding, opening, sliding, everybody going like up and down through pipes, through whatever the fuck, and eventually everybody ended up inside of a huge Buddha statue. Because when it comes to big and powerful, the first thing that came to Momo's mind was a Buddha statue, so, or Buddha in general. One of my lights is flickering. I hope you can't really see that on the recording. So Kinta created the mecha, and Momo kind of gave it the aesthetic, perhaps even more than just an aesthetic. Perhaps also the property of being a statue, because so far it doesn't move, and the kaiju is fast approaching. So that could be problematic. That could be very problematic if they can't even move and the kaiju is here. So they're either gonna have to reimagine the whole thing, or maybe they just don't know how to control it yet. I mean, there's like 5 people inside, so it's not gonna be easy to control the whole thing and coordinate their movements if they are, for example, responsible for different body parts, or I don't know how the control scheme works there exactly. I just know that everybody is inside, everybody has their own cockpit, and everybody is probably going to be controlling the mech. So that's going to be interesting to see. And because it's the last episode, I think the fight will probably just end here, right? Like we're gonna see maybe like 10 to 15 minutes of the fight, and then we're gonna see some like fallout of it. Maybe Kinta discovering some sort of other power that he has, because we know that he has some sort of a power besides just the power of imagination, right? Because he is able to see Evil Eye, he's able to see Momo's hands, and so on and so forth. I wonder what's it gonna be. Unless like imagination is his power, and it's not just the house that he has power over, but he can like grab a stone and like shape it into a gun, or I don't know. I don't know. We'll see where his powers goes. We'll see where his character goes, and I think that's sufficient for an intro, right? In today's episode, we're gonna see the fight, and we're gonna see some fallout of that fight, and yeah. Today's episode is gonna be a little bit longer, probably, as it usually is the first and last episode, because besides talking about the episode, at the very end of the video, I'm gonna talk a little bit about the series as a whole, and we're also gonna go through my theories that I have noted down so far, while I still remember. There we go. I'm prepared now. So, with that, we can start watching this episode, shall we? And to do it, you're gonna need your subs, of course, to follow along with me. I'm gonna need my sound to hear what's going on in the show, and I'm gonna have to ask you for support. Support the channel monetarily or not on Patreon, YouTube down below, or not. Share my content, spread the word, cost you nothing, helps a lot. And with that, we can start watching episode 24, the finale of DANDADAN, in 3, 2, 1, go. Yeah, whole entire transformation sequence. And the Tori Gate for the crest, because of course. Very good question. Yeah, gotta read the instruction manual. Exactly. uh, yeah. What is that? Movement controls. Okay. Yeah, the arm is swinging, and we were going forward, but no longer. So close. Uh, hey, at least it's safe. It's got airbags. Oh, that's a nice shot. What is that? Oh, they're getting catapulted. And that's where our adventure with piloting the mecha ends. It was fun while it lasted. uh, that was also short lived. Unless Evil Eye now shows us his true power, which seems to be the case. Yeah, he has an opportunity to have some fun with a strong opponent. Yeah, engage in a deathmatch with that thing. How about that? That could actually be useful. There goes the cuckoo clock. Hey, be my guest. Might actually not be a bad idea to let Evil Eye fight it. Oh, I love the music. Okay. True. Not so much control the servo motors and shit, but rather like control the nanobots directly. Makes perfect sense. Oh, it's getting gold. Okay, now it looks a little bit more like a proper mecha. He needs focus. And opening. I really thought we're not gonna get an opening in the finale, but we are. Yeah, I absolutely can see it being easier to pilot the whole thing with just one single person doing everything. And controlling it actually using visualization instead of trying to comprehend all the levers and shit. I still wonder about Kinta, if like what his like actual power is, right? And if it's actually gonna be immediately useful, like it is the case with everybody else, or is it going to actually be dependent on, say, nanoskin, right? Like maybe he's gonna have to carry like one single cube of nanoskin at least with him at all times if he wants to be immediately useful. Go henshin and I don't know, turn into a Red Ranger. Even has the glasses. When you have giant robots, you gotta have some sort of an homage to uh what's it called? I'm completely blanking on the name. Uh Row Row Fight the Power, the anime by Gainax with drill that will pierce the heaven. Hmm. It actually might be that his power has to do with imagination. That, like, kind of reality break effect, right? Maybe it's diegetic, maybe it's not. Not much of a rocket, but sure. It can repair. It's Nanomachine's son. What's magnetic about it? Yeah, when he's piloting the thing alone, he's doing really well. And that's an interesting animation style change. Oh, like floppy and squiggly. And the robot is CG. Should have had your own, like, mouth gun or eye lasers or something. Okay, at least the robot isn't destroyed. Ooh, music's picking up. Second henshin. Dun 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 dun. Believe in yourself, Kinta. Or believe in me that believes in you. Yeah. He really was serious about piloting a mecha one day. He's having so much fun. Running around, fighting a little, exercising. It's just invisible. Should have learned by now. Right. True. You can create like anti-invisibility visor if you wanted. And it's visible. You don't need to bother. Yeah, she wasn't trained in Gundam stuff. Hmm. Well, that's interesting. Use those abilities and like multiply them, scale them up. Okay, that's cool. Yeah, it's charging the horn. Oh, that's a cool form. Yeah. By their powers combined, here's Captain Planet. He's having so much fun. I doubt it can. Yeah, you should be running to the side, not along. That's a really cool form. Right. They can see it because it's not like paranormal in any way, right? It's like physical nanomachines. Yeah, use proper terminology. Now turn it back into a house. Oh, easy actually. Oh, maybe not. Close enough. Yes, you did. Yes, you did. right across the screen. Eh, you're gonna have to leg it, unfortunately. Or take a train. Very good question. Candy? Or melon pan or something. Ah, hot. And of course, people are poking at it. And a classic music for a chase. If there were more people chasing them, I'd maybe use. Uh, what's the Benny Hill music called? Yakety Sax? I think it's Yakety Sax. Yeah, it better not transform again. Where are they? uh, of course. A bit motion sick, but besides that, yes. Uh, kinda, sorta. Mm, yeah. It is a powerful artifact, but not quite world class. Where's that electricity? From the house or from the kaiju? Hmm. Oh, is someone piloting it? Yeah, you're an Ikemen. That's enough. A zipper. Yeah, so it is like a kirigumi. And the golden ball power just kind of make it grew. Huh. And someone is piloting it. An alien, presumably, because of the thingies. Another love rival. Damn. Although, that is a classic. That is very much a classic. Call back to the first episode. Or was it second? Fir- one of the first episodes, right? Where where Okarun reveals that his name is Kenta Kakura and the UFO explodes behind them and Momo also takes the same pose, right? It's absolutely a callback to that. But yeah, the thing about with like finding a weird girl somewhere, right? Main character finds a weird girl and she wakes up and kisses him. That's a classic. That's an absolute classic. And it turns out that she's either an alien or some sort of a demon or some sort of a yokai or a personification of a soda can. That's an actual anime, by the way, where every single girl is a personification of a soda can, and there's like a death battle between aluminium soda cans and steel soda cans, and every girl is put it's either like aluminium soda can or steel soda can, and the main character gathers aluminium ones. I'm not sure. But yeah, it's like an actual thing. God damn it! Nothing about season 2, really. You end on a cliffhanger like that and you don't even tell us about season 2. Fuck you, Studio Saru. Fuck you very much. Okay, let's watch this episode again, but before we do, just out of sheer curiosity, do you know anything about second season? Well, this is technically well, this is listed on AniList as second season, but it's not really a second season. And my cat came here and wants something apparently. What you need? Leading me somewhere. Oh, why can you see that? Huh, interesting. Oh, because of the window cap. Oh, because of the window capture. Okay. Yeah, that's my list of characters. Should I ever forget a name, I use that. But yeah, let's go through this episode again. Uh, apparently, basically, none of the features of this huge Buddha were used in the end. The floaty bits were completely irrelevant. Everything about it was completely irrelevant until Kinta got full control of it. I love how the manual to this mecha robot looks like a gunpla fan magazine. Buddha Robot Mark II, it doesn't look like an instruction manual. And it checks out because everything created here is created with his imagination. And he never held an instruction manual for a proper mecha in his hands. He got information about it from books, magazines, anime, manga, and so on. So of course, in his imagination, the best way to learn about this particular mecha would be a magazine with a feature dedicated to it, right? I like it. I really like this attention to detail, that it is his imagination after all. The energy gain is over fivefold. My, my eye is throbbing. Uh, Pushing random buttons is never a good idea. There was something. There we go. Danger, stealth kaiju, big, nothing too bad. That's a horn, those are eyes. I'm a genius, I'm Kinta Sakata. Of course, again, it's his imagination at work. What is this? Oh, it's one of the handles that you grab. Okay, I got it. I was really confused about what it is because it looks very weird from this angle. Like, okay, from this angle it looks better. It looks like an actual handle, but from this angle it kind of looks like two detached things, and the one on the on top is hollow. Maybe you like insert a finger in it or something. Like, I don't know. Oh, and my cat came to yell at me because she wanted to announce that she is now going to sleep on my bed, apparently, because that's exactly what she did. But yeah, those are controls. Good and proper mecha controls. How can you actually pilot a complex machinery like that with just two uh, thingies? I don't know, but it looks like that pretty much everywhere. So it's it's very rare. I noticed. Maybe I'm just not watching enough Gundam and mecha shows, but it's very rare to see a show where controls are actually like, I don't know, like encompassing the whole arm, right? Like mirroring the movements of your arm onto the actual mecha arm. Usually you get one handle, second handle, and figure it out. Okarun got catapulted. Gigi freed himself. For a moment, I thought that we could just let Gigi just completely go bonkers, let him completely lose against this kaiju, and maybe he would be able to defeat it. Because his strength alone was able to at least throw it off balance. Although, I like how it's shown that he's doing this like big powerful throw with motion blur and smear frames and everything, and the kaiju just whoops. Not much of a reaction, although he did fall over. Hmm. It's a robot made of nanoskin, then all I have to do is visualize. Yeah, essentially, like, brain control, mental control over it, less flopping around the levers and more a helmet put on the head and imagining how it should move, except without a helmet because just contact with it is enough to control it. Yeah, I watched countless robot anime shows, imagined it in tens of thousands of times, regenerated and transformed. It's golden. The face is still that of a Buddha, because of course, but now he looks cool. Now he has glasses, so Kamina glasses. Now he's showing a bit of his abs. His bit more punk rock, one could say, as the youth say it. Kinta, the end of Joitoi Pegasus Sakata. Why Joitoi? Why Pegasus? I know if end of Joitoi is some sort of an allusion to end of Evangelion. That's like the one thing that comes to mind here. Maybe similar pronunciation of Evangelion and Joitoi in Japanese. I have no clue. OP, 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 OP. Clash. Space Kaiju versus Giant Robot. And the giant robot is indeed already CG. Moving on threes though, so it's not actually looking bad. Frontal punch, Daedalus attack. Is this a mistake in subs or no? He actually says attack. Why Daedalus? I don't know. But then again, uh, attack names in anime, I would argue that they don't make sense more often than they do. As long as it sounds cool in English or in German, it's a good name for an attack. Although curiously, he's not yelling those attacks out in English, so so he actually like uses those names with the actual meaning that he knows what it is, and yeah. Ultramagnetic wave tornado. Where's the magnetism? I don't know. Where's the wave? I have no fucking clue. But there sure is a tornado. So, I mean, one of three checks out. This is. Um. This particular animation style and art style was used in Dandadan already, but I think it was in season 1. Just can't remember when. Where exactly. But this like kind of sloppy, kind of off model, very floaty, kind of like those car dealership, floaty guys that just wobble in the wind, right? Like this kind of art style, this kind of animation. It's cool. It shows a lot of dynamicism, but it wasn't used much. Pretty much only those two shots, which is interesting. Now we're back to the usual animation and art style. Hmm. Yeah, it's still CG, but it connects well with the drawn kaiju, assuming it is drawn, but I think it is. But I like that in those scenes, the face of the robot, the face of the Buddha, is clearly CG. You can see it by the hair, but the hands are drawn. Like you can see on this finger, some of the lines from the kaiju go like a little bit across the lines onto the hand of the Buddha, which is a dead giveaway that it's actually drawn. And those are the kinds of tricks that I actually appreciate being used, where the creators of the show know that 3D on 2D, well, it doesn't always look good, right? So whenever 2D is in contact with 2D, whenever 3D is supposed to be in contact with 2D, we're gonna make the elements that are in contact actually 2D, and it's gonna actually look better. Uh, what was another show that also did it? Mm, can't remember what show it was. I think I watched it on the channel, uh, but either characters or mecha or something had those like wrist cuffs, and the weapons were CG, and the hands were CG to match. But on the wrist cuff was like an easy cut off where the rest could be 2D, right? Good and proper 2D, but where there was contact between CG weapons, they used CG hands. I wonder if it was an Arifureta. Might have been. I'm not 100% sure though. I really like Quinta's character. I really like what he's showing here um, through those flashbacks, right? It's like an epitome of how does the song go? I get knocked down, then I get up again. Ain't never gonna keep me down. I get knocked down, then I get up again. Right? It's first thing that comes to mind here. He's not entering like a depressive state or whatever. It's like, the inspiring music in the background as well. It's like, you know what? Who cares? Who gives a fuck? What difference does it make? I really fucking love robots. And that's all that matters. Like, say what you will. I really fucking love robots, and I don't give a fuck about what you're talking to me right now. Right? I'm not gonna throw away my hobby because you don't like it. I like it. I really like it, and it's a really nice change of pace from similar characters to Kinta, right? Other rejects, otaku, etc., who most often become like actual recluses and throw away the things that they were mocked for, and they have an entire character arc about getting out of it. And no, we're not doing that. Kinta loves robots. Kinta fucking loves robots, and he will not stop loving them. Like, no matter how he's treated, no matter what people say, he loves robots. And that's that. And I like it. I really do like it. Perfectly prepared for robot motion sickness. Exactly. Weird that he didn't immediately figure out that it's just invisible. Like, he needed a moment. Multiple pairs of glasses, because of course. Yeah, no need for infrared scope or anything. Interesting that the robot is able to amplify their powers. I wonder why. I wonder. I wonder if that might be Kinta's power. Some sort of like amplification, maybe, in a way. Uh, Kinta's power is amplification. Right? Like, amplified his imagination to create like good and proper robot that not even Okarun or anybody else was able to imagine. And the robot, because he because he imagined that the robot does big moves, right? Because it's a big robot, then any move that whoever pilots it does is also going to be amplified, and because of that, Momo's powers get amplified, Aira's powers get amplified, right? I wonder if it's something in that vein. Quinta Emperor Great Pegasus Sakata. No longer End of Joy Toy. I love how that motion sickness is an actual, thing here, an actual thing that matters. And I really like the new form that this robot takes. Made in part of hair, in part of the nanoskin, in part of Momo's powers. And he's drawing evil eyes. Where'd he get that pipe? And just like that, pile driven into the ground. I really like this design of the mecha. The hair, the glasses. I mean, Kamina glasses are kind of a classic. The ephemeral connections between bits of its limbs. I really like it. I really, really like this design. Yeah. So my assumption is that people here can see the nanoskin because it's like an actual physical object that aliens brought and it's not spiritual or whatever. You don't need powers to see it, because otherwise people would not be able to see Momo's house, right? And it would just look like Momo and Seiko just walking on thin air. So it has to be able to be seen by people. And meanwhile, the powers of Momo and the hair probably are also invisible. We're back, indeed. That's a very bad UFO. Part house, part statue, part UFO. This is a great scene. Motion sickness? Motion sickness? Motion sickness? No. Joy. He got to pilot a robot. He fulfilled his life's goal. He can die happy now. Why is he slobbering? I don't know, but hey, I'm willing to forgive that. He's really happy. Interesting that is he making contact with the staircase, or is he just flopping his arms around? I can't tell if he's climbing the stairs on all fours, kind of being used to that from running fast in turbo mode, right? Or is he just randomly trying to grasp at air to pull himself up or whatever? I don't know. I don't know, but I do know that I sometimes do dream of climbing stairs on all fours. I don't know why. Like, don't ask me for a reason because I've no fucking clue. But in the dream, it's like the fastest way to climb stairs and the most comfortable way to climb stairs. I don't know. uh, okay, so it's taking different forms along the way. Yeah, the cool mecha, then the skeleton without. Uh, are Aira's hair and Momo's powers actually visible in the photos? If so, then it would be interesting to see if taking a photo of a transformed Gigi would actually show his transformation, for example. This photo, though, doesn't have the powers or the hair. Neither does this, neither does any other. That's. Oh, yeah, that's Aira on the very left, Kinta in the eye on the left, in the right eye, and then Momo in the other eye. Now, this form looked better than this, for sure. They went a little bit too far. Is this like an animal suit? It certainly does behave like an animal suit. Yeah, very easy way to get him to do something. Just give him something to eat. He really is a kid. He's very easy to understand, very easy to manipulate, very easy to control in like the good way. And just give him something hot to eat and he turns right back. Cool. We have like an easy way to deal with Evil Eye now. Just offer him something hot to eat, he eats it and turns back. It is behaving like a suit, for sure. UMAs were called kaijus in the past. Were they? like, in my mind, the term kaiju refers exclusively to huge monsters, right? Gojira, King Ghidorah, those kinds of creatures. in Kaiju number 9, we had Kaiju that were smaller, sure, but still, in my mind, Kaiju refers to big monster. So I wonder, like, if you are familiar more, you, the viewers, are familiar more with Japanese history of UMAs and Kaiju and whatnot, leave me a comment because I'm actually curious if aliens actually were called kaiju in the past, like, regular gray sort of big eyes UFO aliens. Were they actually called kaiju? He succeeded once and was useful. I mean, credit where it's due, but that was enough for him to get a superiority complex. It doesn't surprise me whatsoever, but still worth noting. We're looking for a golden bowl. I shall lend you my power. I mean, Kinta's power of imagination would actually be useful since we have a whole bunch of nanoskin that he could use. Right? Like a note I took in the last episode that we might be able to go to space because Kinta imagines a spaceship and forms the house into a spaceship, and we go to fucking Zeta Reticuli or whatever, right? To fight the Pleiadians or or whatever the fuck. Uh, would be interesting if we had in Dandadan all the like borderline religious, borderline UFO kind of shit, like Pleiadians and alien Jesus and that kind of stuff. I wonder if we're gonna get there because it's fascinating. I would know because as a kid I was fascinated with it myself. Uh, in our little village library, I'm pretty sure I've read every book there was on topics of like Pleiadian visits and that Earth, our earthen life, is actually like simulation for higher beings, right? Because they live in on the second plane of existence where they want for absolutely nothing. So there's this simulation that they can enter to suffer the hardships of life, and after our life ends, after we die, we just get ripped out of the simulation, and in the simulation we have no memories of that second plane of existence, but in that second plane of existence we have all our human memories and all sorts of stuff like that. I was really into that like a kid, as a kid. So I really wonder if we're gonna enter that territory at some point. If you befriend a split personality guy like him, Kinchan is correct. Even Gigi admits it. And there is someone inside. I've seen her in like through osmosis in some art, in some just I don't know someone posting on Reddit a screenshot from the manga or whatever. So I know that she exists. I just didn't know that she would exist here. It it is a bit of a surprise to find that there was actually someone inside of that kaiju. I wonder what happened to her when the kaiju was enlarged. Did she also grow, or did she keep her size and it was just the suit that grew? Or did they merge together somehow? And also, why does she have the golden ball? That's also a good question here, right? Why does she have the golden ball with her? And also, why does she attack? Right? When we found her, and the golden ball specifically in the apartment complex, she attacked. Why? She is some sort of an alien, very classic depiction of an alien with the antennae. Uh, well, human form, not so much classic, but the antennae absolutely are. Uh, but why? Like, what's her purpose? We're not gonna learn that very quickly, are we? We're absolutely not. But yeah, this is the control method that I would more expect, where arms are actually like inserted somewhere, and the movement of the arms is translated into the movement of the arms of the suit. Also, interesting form of the suit that she has chosen with the reptile head and whatnot. Yeah, third love rival. Not really love rival. Like, we know that in Okarun's head there's only Momo, but we get a kiss scene. I thought the rainbow trail, for a moment, I thought the rainbow trail is the trail of her puke. Because puke is very often shown in anime as being rainbow colored. But no, it's the nanoskin. Classic. Absolute classic. She probably needs a recharge. That would be my bet. Kiss with Okarun was for her name is Vamola. Vamola to recharge. That would be my bet. That would be my bet why she has the golden ball, because it's a power source and she needed that power to power the suit and maybe go back to her planet or whatever. And because of the fight, she lost a lot of strength, and a kiss with the owner of the golden ball is a way to recharge her power. That's my bet here. Yeah, Okarun's getting all the ladies. And very much a parallel to the first episodes. The explosion, the hair flopping. I like that the nanoskin she holds in her hand kinda has the shape of a heart, and it's kind of goopy. It's bleeding. It's dissolving. And she no longer has a place to call home because she blew it the fuck up. She's a jealous girl, ain't she? She's never gonna show it. Or rather, she's never gonna admit it because she shows it plenty. But she is a very jealous girl. And we end it here. I fully expected Kinta to appear in this scene at some point, but apparently not. It's not one of the shows that changes the OP or the ED as more characters appear, which, I mean, it's perfectly fine. A little bit of a shame maybe, but whatever. Doesn't really matter ultimately. So no freedom. The episode. Let's start with that. Very fun episode. I enjoyed it. I enjoyed the fight with the big robot with the mecha. I maybe not early on, although I did, but for different reasons. I enjoyed the early part of the fight because of its realistic depiction, in a way. Well, quote unquote realistic depiction. A bunch of teens with attitude being thrown into a giant robot, and, well, no duh that they don't know how to control it. Obviously. Like, they probably don't even have a driver's license. They don't know how to control a car. Why would they know how to control a robot? Right? Which is something that is very often completely omitted in shows and movies and TV series of this kind. Like, you have Power Rangers and they get their Zords, they jump in and they just immediately fucking know how to control them. Right? They got their Morphers yesterday, and today they know how to control the Zords and how to control the fucking Megazord, and it's like no problem. So, right? And many other shows are like that, where the main character maybe finds an abandoned mecha and enters it, and everything lights up, and oh, oh, yeah, I know how to control it already, right? So I like the first bit that they have absolutely no clue what to do. They just press random buttons, random shit happens because that's a realistic depiction. I don't have a driver's license. If you put me in behind the steering wheel of a bus or a truck or a tram or whatever, I would probably crash it within an hour. So, you know, makes perfect sense that they are unable to control it, and I like it. And I really liked the second half, uh, mostly because of the realization that Kinta doesn't actually have to control it, right? Like physically, because it's nanoskin, it's made with his power of imagination, so he can just imagine it moving, and it will move how he imagines it. That was cool. And then the best thing, certainly, although the most short-lived, was the combiner form with Momo's powers holding some of the limbs with Aira's hair. That was really cool. I can't help but wonder if Gigi and Okarun were ejected not only to have someone to clean up the kaiju, but also to not create too much visual noise in the end, right? Because if to that combiner form we were to add Gigi's evil eye, and if we were to add, I don't know, Okarun's mouth guard and bare feet and whatnot, then it would be a little bit too noisy, right? Like three different things merged together, that's perfectly fine, but any more than that would be a little bit too noisy. And I wonder if the mecha is going to be used again, but in different combinations. Uh, House mecha is used again in different combinations. Like maybe it's using the powers of Gigi and Aira, or Okarun and Momo, or just Okarun, or the powers of Vamola. I don't know, right? Like it would be nice seeing all sorts of different combinations and what they can do. And I wonder if they're actually gonna go in that direction. That would be very, very fun thing to do. Uh, Anything else? I don't think so. A worthy finale for for a season, absolutely. Diabolical to introduce a cliffhanger like that. A new character introduced who we know absolutely nothing about, who nobody expected to appear, and she wakes up, kisses Okarun, and cut. Wait, I don't know how long. Maybe until 2026, maybe 2027, maybe 2028, maybe second season is never made. I don't fucking know. Enjoy your waiting, bitch. Absolutely diabolical to introduce this sort of cliffhanger here. But I really can't help but wonder where it's gonna go and what's her deal. Like she probably came to Earth from space. That much I am pretty much 100% certain of, because she is the classic depiction of an alien with the antennae, and there probably is some sort of a deal with getting energy from Okarun, or getting energy from his golden balls, because it really, really, really reminds me of shows like, uh, man, I can't even remember the names of those shows, but I have watched them plenty as a young teen. Uh, Basically, shows of the kind where there is a main character and there appears some sort of a girl. Maybe she falls from the sky. Maybe a fucking drink soda can transforms. Maybe he finds her in a package, like in motherfucking C Cube. Yeah, in the form of a cube. Maybe whatever, 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 right? And the main character is always dragged into some sort of thing because he has a special power that can empower those girls, and those girls fight something, maybe some threat from space, maybe some demons, maybe some evil girls, right? But he has some special power, and through a kiss, he can empower them or transform them or whatever. And they fight for him, and then he gets the evil ones on his side slowly and builds up a harem. Shows of this kind were really popular back in the days. Um, I need to look up the this Akikan. Akikan was the Soda Can anime. Yeah, it started as a light novel series uh, about a group of anthropomorphic soda cans who do battle. I mean, it's a perfect summary of that show, to be perfectly honest with you. But yeah, I'm talking about this exact kind of shows, like Akikan, like can't remember the others, but there was one where the main character got a dude, a guy, a man joining him, and the dude slowly started turning into a girl because he started to like adjust to the main character's preferences. And I swear there were like 3 seasons of that. But Vamola and her appearance immediately reminded me of that. Appears out of nowhere, falls from the sky, whatever. She's unconscious. Main character approaches. She stands back, kisses him, charges the power, and it turns out that there's an evil organization chasing her, and she's fighting that evil organization. And the main character has to join her and help her. It's going to be something like that. I'm willing to bet. I'm willing to bet. Vamola versus some evil organization needs Okarun to fight. It's gonna be something like that. I'm pretty much certain. Uh, but yeah, I think that's about it about this episode. I enjoyed it very much. To make short of a long rant. Now, the series as a whole, the series so far, I also enjoyed very much. I mean, I loved season 1 of DANDADAN and nothing has changed. So that's basically it. You can look up episode 12 of DANDADAN season 1, and I gave my thoughts about the series so far, and I don't think they changed at all. I really like how crazy this show is. I really like how it's trying to fit in absolutely everything in the kitchen sink, and it works, right? Aliens, ghosts, empty air, hollow earth, all sorts of theories and shit like that. Everything is true. And it works somehow. I don't know how they do it, but it works. It doesn't turn into a mess. And yeah, I like it very much. I really like the characters. I enjoy pretty much every single one of them. There was that one hiccup with Gigi where I really was not a fan of his character, but after we've gone over that hurdle, he's fine. I enjoy him as a character as well. I have absolutely no problem with him anymore. So yeah, I mean, a hiccup can happen in any show. The best shows out there have something that some people won't like. For me, that was the whole Gigi arc. But it ended up well, and I have no qualms about how it ended. So overall, I've really been enjoying the show. I've really been enjoying the characters. I've really been enjoying the stories and everything else about it. I really cannot stress how much I wonder what's the deal with the girl from the suit, and how much of a dick move it was to end on a cliffhanger like that without giving us any notion about when the next season is coming. Absolute dick move. But it is what it is. We're gonna have to wait for future seasons. Alas. But before that, we will go through my theories a bit about DANDADAN season 1, the ones that I haven't crossed in any colors, and then we're gonna go to the season 2. DANDADAN season 1. War between spirits and aliens hasn't happened yet. Banana organs are a power source. I don't think it was claimed at any point. Seiko exercises an alien thinking it's a yokai and it works somehow hasn't happened. We learn what Serponians eat, not if regular people can't see spirits, how was Okarun able to see Turbo Granny? That's still a very good question. I don't think it's gonna get explored anymore, but it is a good question. Children can see spirits. We don't have a direct confirmation of that. Ira was already special and as a kid and could see spirits. We don't know that. Silky's longing for daughter and Ira's longing for mother is what allowed them to see each other. I don't think it's gonna get explored anymore. Serponians and other aliens also have a backstory, probably. For sure, Penny Chinkosu has. Chinkosu, crab milk alien, comes to help. He does indeed. Would you look at that? Monster at Gigi's is a Serpoian. No, it was not. Okarun and Gigi have to save Momo in in Gigi's place. No, it was actually kind of Momo that came to their help. Okarun and Gigi unsealed something in the house. Yes, they did. Villagers are aliens. Well, they're not aliens. They're like mole people from the Hollow Earth or something. So I'm gonna say it gets the yellow one. Momo's attackers leave her be because Okarun and Gigi unsealing the room is more important. No, the place just kind of exploded. So no, not actually what happened. And now DANDADAN season 2. Villagers are paranormal. Indeed, that much is true. Slash normal, that much is false. Momo creating a rainbow by destroying the onsen means she's part of the Oracle. Kinda, sorta. More like the Oracle was that when a rainbow happens, then the dragon will arrive or whatever. So kinda, sorta. Yellow. Keto family got brainwashed. No, they were a part of the mole people from the beginning. They're criminals afraid of the Chamber of Commerce. Chamber of Commerce will slap them with fines. No, not really. I mean, they were afraid of the Chamber of Commerce for sure, but they are aliens, not really like regular criminals. Mongolian deathworm is a red herring. Not really. Not really. Keto family is normal people, but some paranormal entity enhances them sometimes. Yellow eyes, no. They are paranormal. Shrine guy belongs to the Keto family. I don't think he does. Manjiro. I don't think Manjiro is one of the Keto people. Evil Eye really liked fighting, had a lot of fun, so Gigi makes a deal with him that Evil Eye will be let out whenever shit hits the fan. Kinda, sorta. Evil Eye really liked fighting, had a lot of fun, so not Gigi but Okarun makes a deal with him that Evil Eye will be let out not whenever shit hits the fan, but whenever, like, once a week. Taro's ability to encase humanids is used again, maybe. Seiko becomes a teacher. That was based on the ED when we see her being a teacher, and Manjiro a PE teacher, which is the second theory here. Manjiro becomes a PE teacher. Hasn't happened yet. I don't know if it is gonna happen. Chiquita and her father live as humans, indeed. Hollow Earth, that hasn't been mentioned. The Keto family is mole people, not Hollow Earthians, I don't think. Penny is gonna do the Miyagi and train Okarun without training him directly. I would like to see it happen at least once more, or at least referenced until I make it green, but seems to be the case. Evil Eye solution is not permanent, it comes to bite them in the ass in the future. I mean, it is not permanent, but I don't think it's gonna come to bite them in the ass in the future. So I'm gonna tentatively make it orange. Okarun's powers turn out to be much more powerful than anybody thought. Maybe, but he hasn't developed them quite that much yet, so hard to tell. There's something with Seiko and Pharaohs? What? I've no idea what I meant here. I've no clue. The new guy uses bowl to turn invisible, right? Talking about Kinta. No, Kinta doesn't use the bowl, and he doesn't turn invisible. The house being nanomachines matters indeed. Indeed, it does. Gigi transforming makes someone notice, thus revealing them as paranormal. Yeah, exactly. Kinta was able to see Gigi's transformation. We see Class Prez again, probably in the future. Prez has ties to Kaiju. I don't think so. Like, my thinking was that maybe she really loves kaiju and has like kaiju dolls and kaiju suits and kaiju everything, but I don't think that's the case. Kinta develops powers thanks to the contact with the golden ball. We don't know why he has powers. The kaiju is a toy animated by Ball's power. Safe to say that it's not the case. Something already paranormal about Kinta, probably, we just don't know what. We go to space, not yet. Kinta's power is amplification, Kiss with Okarun was for Vamola to recharge. House Mecha is used again in different combinations. Vamola versus some evil organization needs Okarun to fight. Too early to tell. So this is our... Can you even see the colors? Maybe like that. Yeah, because of the light. Not great, not terrible. Not great, not terrible, but it is not easy to predict where DANDADAN is going to go at any given point. So still good, like, good amount, I guess. I think that's it. Almost an hour and a half this video has lasted. I think it's high time we end it, right? And meet again in perhaps some other series that I'm gonna be uploading, or perhaps in DANDADAN Season 3. If you don't care about anything else and just want to watch DANDADAN, then be sure that I will be watching DANDADAN Season 3. Absolutely. So see you on the channel, and you might want to subscribe and click the bell to be notified of videos I upload. Tell me in the comments, first and foremost, what did you think about this episode, as a finale? What did you think of this series as a whole? Do you maybe know if season 3 is coming at any time soon? Maybe you have some insider information. Let me know all about it in the comments down below. Try not to spoil the manga, please. You can talk about spoilers on my Discord if you'd like, also linked in the description below. Like this video if you liked it. Subscribe, as I already said, to be notified. Click the hype button if it exists under my videos. YouTube is testing some new things and apparently it matters. So if there's a hype button, then hype this video, I guess. Maybe. Support the channel if you want, monetarily or not, on Patreon down below, or YouTube. You can do that as well, or not. Share my content, spread the word. It costs absolutely nothing to do so, and it still helps the channel an awful lot. And with all of that out of the way, that's gonna be it from me for today. So as always, you guys do all the good stuff, and I'm Gonna see you in the next one, whatever it might be. Cheers! And here's my wonderful Patreons: QB, Dr. Watt, Akamancer, Fasalena, and Hans Peter. And you can join them if you want without having to get mecha motion sickness.